If I do this maneuver correctly, then I'll have the inclination. It's only 250 delta V, which I still have in these tanks, which is nice. Oh my god, rotating is a pain. Hey, there's the moon! Chugga, 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 chugga. Chugga, 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 chugga. Chugga, chugga, chugga. Be nice if I could just tell it to lock for convenience, but Lampfare is not yet that experienced. Chugga, 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 chugga. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Keep going. Oh, I forgot I have you on SAS. That's where you're killing my rotation. Don't do that. I just want to start in the right direction and then go hands off. Ideally, what you do is you launch so that you're on launch, you're going into the correct inclination. Although you also have to wait until the Earth is pointing the right way. Okay. Our maneuver node is basically lined up with your anti-normal, which is, of course, correct. And we're going to use the time warp sheep to just stop the rotation. And we're going to fast forward until our node time. Let me do a quick save here when we're not time warping. Make sure there's no weird crash or anything. 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. And bring it right down. Okay, we're still facing basically the right way. Roughly the right way. It's not going to be precise because we're not locking onto it. I'll turn on the SAS for stability. And with 2 seconds left on the clock, I will go ahead and initiate that burn. And go. Stop. Just try to kill our little rotation. Try to point a little bit more towards the maneuver node. Although it's hard with all this wobble. So it'd be a lot easier if I just jettisoned all this. We're probably at almost no inclination relative to our target. There we go. Just trying to chase our maneuver node. Okay, there we go. So now it's gone. We're basically there. So let's take a look. What's our stats? 0 degrees of inclination. Very, very, very good. Okay. Now, where's Minmus? Up over there. So, oh man, now's basically the time we want to burn. Oh, no. Oh, we're here. Oh, okay. That's the wreckage. That's someone I rescued. No, I don't want to set you as a target. I want to set a maneuver node. There we go. So we're going to be doing some pro-grade stuff. Totally pro. Until our orbit reaches Minmus. And if we move the time around a bit, we should get an intercept. First of all, did I lose my target? Oh, no. Oh! There! I was looking at a satellite orbit. Okay. Like, I'm pretty sure this should be changing colors at this point. Okay, there we go. So you can see our closest intercept. We're going to be here at our peak. Minmus is going to be past us. So what we want to do is pull this a little bit earlier, or... yeah. No, a little bit later. No, earlier. Well, there's an intercept there. There's another one. This one will happen a little sooner. This is very jiggly wiggly work. It can be a little easier if we zoom in here. If I burn less, because we were overkilling it a wee bit. Okay. One counter there. It'll take us 6 days to get there. I think I'm probably going to more or less take that as is. So that's going to take 900 delta V. We've got 2200 left, so we're good on the fuel tank department. Real good. Now, I'm not going to follow that maneuver exactly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell Lamphair that I'm going to want to be pro-grade. Well, actually, I'm going to want to pre-orientate ourselves. Turn off the SAS. I'm going to pre-orientate ourselves to face our maneuver node, which is going to be pro-grade once we get here. And basically, once we get here, I'm just going to start the burn at the right spot. Well, I'm not sure. Oh my god, this rotation is brutal. Again, we only have the reaction wheels that are in the crew compartment here. Once we get rid of this tail end, rotation's no longer going to be the most brutal thing on Earth, but I may as well use the last 268 delta V in here. I mean, come on. Right? Right. Slowly turn around, slowly turn around. All this stuff should have burnt up in orbit already. Or, there we go. And down some, down some, down some, down some. We're just going to try to point towards the blue thing. Good enough. Okay. So now we're just going to try to close into our node over here. Because we know if we do that burn, roughly the right direction, roughly on top of the node, we will encounter min-miss. Oh, crew report. Can I transmit? No, I don't have a connection. We'll keep that data. And the orbital telescope data, which is cool. It'll actually deploy itself on the side. Where is it? Right there. Boop. We're going to have to go in EVA and grab this stuff. Because it can be reused without a scientist, but we actually have to grab it. Although, as we pass over the KSC, we might be able to transmit some stuff. Anywho. Actually, I should do that now, because I could conceivably... Hang on. Is my hatch up? It is. Quick save. EVA. So, what we're going to do is we're going to grab... Oh, EVA commands. We're going to take that data and store it. That's the crew report. Now it gets stored in a slightly different place than before. We're going to let go and EVA. Your mission. Go and collect the data from the telescope. Up, forward, down. Oops, we're there. Take data. Good. Come back over here and down, grab, board. So now we can reuse both of those. In fact, it's prompting us again. Oh, no, there we go. I'm going to say it shouldn't be, because we have that stored. Okay, let's fast forward. We got 10 minutes to go before we're at the node. Oh, another telescope observation over here above the shores. Again, we'll keep that data. I will EVA again. Let go! Turn on the jetpack. Come on over. This would be so much easier if I could just transmit this data. But I failed to equip my ship with a satellite dish. Which, if we were a probe, would be the death of us, because we wouldn't be able to control it. But here we do have a pilot. Grab. And board. Okay. Whoa, that was a weird view. 9 minutes to go. Zoom, 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 zoom. I should actually, because I might miss it, I should do a warp to maneuver. This will stop me with 3 minutes to spare, which will still be too long, but that's okay. Yep. Crew report. Telescope. Keep that, and we don't have a connection to the KSC. No. And again, we have to EVA. Take, store, let go, RCS. I remember doing these for the first time. I was so scared doing these EVAs. I was like, I'm sure I'm going to go floating into space forever and ever. And grab. And, oops, go down and board. Okay. That's our alarm stopping us. We still have 3 minutes to go. So you can see our blue maneuver node is moving towards our prograde marker, which is correct. Let's keep that data. Let's keep this. I'm not going to EVA right now. I don't want to miss it. So I'm actually going to turn on the SAS and tell my pilot to just lock prograde, which is what we're looking for. We're not really following this maneuver exactly. And he'll have an easier time locking on once we start burning here. Okay, we are 1 minute, 5 seconds from the node. We're going to start burning shortly before the node. Actually, a fair bit before, because I just realized our next stage's engines are nowhere close to powerful enough. So, you know what? I'm actually going to start burning now. And then we'll sort of have to re-evaluate. Because this has got huge thrust weight. We're over 5 now. But the next stage is 0.92. So it needs a full minute to burn, which actually is pretty much bang on now. So, if we go out here, we can watch our orbit grow. And I can cancel the maneuver. And we're just watching for our blue line to reach the yellow line and change colors. Go, 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 go. It's a good thing the moon is out of our way. Every now and again, going to Minmus, the moon is actually like where you want to go. Do. What add-ons we're using? We're using the TAC life support, RemoteTech, KIS, KAS, ScanSat. We're using a lot of things. So we've got antenna ranges, communication ranges to worry about. We've got life support limitations. We've got all sorts of extra realism, which is cool. And we really should not need much Delta V for the return trip home, because we should mostly just slingshot back, but we will go and reevaluate this. And that's going to go real fast now, so I'm just going to slow this down. Oh. Like that. We're going to get there late. Why is it if I go faster, the target is going to be further away? Doesn't seem to make much sense. Still, alright. So what I'm going to do is add a maneuver here to plot things out. If I were to burn anti-radial, there we go. So that's what I want to do. And it's not going to take much to bring us a little closer together. We're level, right? Yeah. There it is. So yeah, I knew it won't take much. We will get an encounter in some fashion. So I'm just going to use this maneuver. The time doesn't actually matter because we're so far away. I'm just using it as a plan. So it's mostly just burning a little anti-radial here. Oh, stability assist, not prograde lock. Thank you very much, though. There we go. Lock on around here and go. Separation is dropping. It's dropping. We're not fucking up our own orbit and accidentally, like, going into the atmosphere. I suppose if I'm paranoid about this, I could do the burn from a little further away. And we're still good. I'm burning very slowly. Suppose I can bump it up. Okay, now we're not going far enough. I think I want to do this a little further out. No, we're not using those. Okay, maybe I will follow the actual maneuver this time, instead of just trying to eyeball things. There we go. I don't know. I know there's a more optimal way to fix this. Two minutes away. Whoops, went a little further. There he is. Okay, we're now having an encounter with Minmus. So now what I can do is focus on it. Now, here's the thing. This is the sort of normal side to come in on Minmus, right? Because you would expect to come in here and go into an equatorial orbit. The thing is, and you guys haven't seen my moon flyby yet, I guess it doesn't matter here because I've got a lot of supply. But I was going to say, this will actually technically give me a bit of a boost in my orbit. If I were to come in on the other side, because here's the way to think about this, right? Well, I guess it hardly matters here. Oh, no, it does matter because I want to come in on a lower orbit than this. Because here, we're still going to be 1.3 million miles or meters away, which means I don't get the low science, which is not good. But if I do... I don't know how low I have to get for Minmus, but pretty low. Let's derate this engine all the way here, because this is going to be some very precision flying. Right? So I want to come in, I don't know, probably something like this. I'll check the wiki page as to what the difference between high and low orbit of Minmus is. But I want to do something like this. Now here's the thing. Effectively, my whole orbit, right, with my dude over here. And now it becomes really obvious. You see how I'm getting a massive gravity slingshot now? The closer I do the flyby of Minmus, the more I do this. Plus, of course, I'm burning positively, right, to get there. But if I end up being on the other side, which I could do with a little bit more of that radial burn, I suppose. If I end up on the other side of Minmus, it'll slingshot me the other way and actually cut my orbit short. Pretty sure I'm getting this right. So if I actually just go through to the other side, yeah, I'm barely burning any delta V right now. You can't even see the number drop. And I do this instead. There you go. Flyby at 14,000 meters. That's nice and low. And then I focus back on myself. You can see here, it's not sending me flying. And the reason is this. As far as I think I've got this. Right? All of our orbits at this point are counterclockwise. So effectively, when I'm here at the peak, I'm going leftwards. Right? When I get to the top, I'm going, well, my webcam is inverted. That's really helpful. Here, I'll use the mouse. I'm going leftward, right? When I reach the top of my orbit, I'm going here and to the left. Same thing sort of around Minmus. I'm basically going to the left. So anything that sends me more to the left is effectively more of a prograde. It's going to raise my orbit and slingshot me further into space. But if I come at it from the other side, I'm effectively being slingshotted to the right, which is effectively cutting my orbit short and sending me on a return path to Kerbal that much faster. And if you guys might remember, I was doing a lot of that my first few games previously in Kerbal. I was doing that because that's sort of how the gravity slingshot or gravity braking sort of kind of works. But I wasn't just doing a flyby before. I was going for a landing. And the landing, it makes sense to get into an orbit that rotates the same direction as the moon or whatever. So you want to be going into that easterly orbit. But here, I sort of want to do the invert. So I'm going to encounter the planet here, but when I eject, I should be on my return leg. And certainly not flinging way out of space. So by burning prograde a tiny bit more here, and actually I can turn off the SAS completely. By burning prograde a tiny bit more, I'm actually clipping my orbit dramatically by flipping around Minmus on the other side. So it should be slowing me down. In fact, if I'm here, remember that when we're doing our return, normally we do our return right around here. We burn prograde from the planet to leave, or from the moon to leave. Prograde from here, which is actually burning retrograde from Earth. Well, here, if I'm around this way, I can actually burn retrograde a tiny bit to curve my orbit even further. And even though it's a little deceptive. That, I believe, will eject me from Minmus in an even better path. But, in any case, we're going to be fine. We got lots of food, water, oxygen. We should be totally okay. I can't transmit science data. I don't have a connection to the KSC. If I had a dish, I'd be able to bounce it at the satellites, and then I would. But I don't. We're too high up. I've only got the basic antenna that's in here, so I can't transmit everything. In any case, I can't run these experiments either. So there's nothing to do right now, but to quick save and then do a warp forward. Got a quick save before it, because every now and again, if you click on like the wrong orbit, if I were to click like on the purple one accidentally, we'd zoom right by Minmus and come all the way back, and having completely missed our flight. The blue one is the correct one. I suppose I could just click to the sphere of influence change, but I'm going to click to around here. 3 days away. If we didn't bring our extra food and water, we would have already run out at this point. Notice that my carbon dioxide waste and wastewater is filling up, but now we should just start venting it into space. It's okay that those fill up. The downside is you don't get to, like, you know, use them with your greenhouse. My sphere of influence change marker was right here. Where did it go? I'm not crazy. It was right here. Did we like wiggle wobble and change our shit slightly? Hang on a sec. I think maybe we just wibble wobble at this point and we'll encounter Minmus properly. Something's fucked. You turned too much. It's on the moon. Yeah, I know it's there now, but it wasn't there a second ago. Hang on. I'm not crazy. I had that set right. Look, encounter's over here. Where did it go? At what point did it disappear? Because we're not doing anything. We're not burning. We're doing nothing right now. We're not How weird! So there's just like a slight glitch in our calculation somewhere along the way? Like our preview? This is supposed to be right. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go and pick a direction. Oh, turn on the SAS. That's a nice little glitch. Because nothing has tweaked our stuff at all. This is not right. This is so not right. Nothing has modified our orbit or Minmus's orbit. We are venting stuff into space, but I don't see how that would... I suppose it could. Okay, let me try the other direction. None of this makes any sense. This should not be an issue. See how everything is jiggling here? That's bad. That should not be happening. There's our encounter again. So we must, like, just somewhere on the fringe of something was a little weird. Okay, I'm not going to mess with this. Actually, now would be a fine time to mess with it. So there's just a little bit of a calculation error. It's a floating point error in our path from so far away. Just bringing this down again. There we go. Okay. Now, don't F with me. We are encountering. We quick save again. See, it's a good thing we had that quick save. Well, I mean, I could have fixed it from over here too. Because yeah, there's nothing modifying our again, maybe unless it's shunting our P into space that's knocking us off course. Okay, let's go ahead and take care of our little EVA because I think we still need to do that, right? Oh, am I still time warping? I am. Take data. Store. Let go. RCS. Woo! Actually, this might knock us off course too. Every time I bump into our ship, it might knock us off a little bit. I should have waited until I was closer, or in the sphere of influence of Minmus before doing this. Because I bet you we will have to do another calculation, another change. Try not to bump into it. Thank you. Up. Left. Down. Down gently. Grab. Did we knock ourselves off course? No, we're still okay. All right.